Is the market here in Airdrie starting to slow down? Well, according to some of the stats, it might be, but maybe not according to others. So either way, we're going to dive into the numbers and see what's going on in our market right now. Hey there, my name is Brad Walker, your favorite Airdrie Realtor, here with your Airdrie real estate market update for July 2023. And as always, please hit that like button and subscribe so you always see the Airdrie content that we're putting out on the channel every single week. Now let's get into the numbers. So first we're going to pull up the Airdrie market graphic here, and this is almost a mirror image of the numbers that we saw last month. In fact, let's put up last month's market graphic as well at the same time so you can see the difference or the non-difference between the two. Now as you can see, this month we had 221 sales in Airdrie compared to last month's 225 sales. We had 245 new listings compared to 260 in the previous month, which left us with an inventory of 191 listings to start July with, which is actually the exact same number of listings that we started June with. Now as for our month supply, we ticked up just 0.01 months to 0.86 months supply overall. So now we're looking at that month's supply. It's nearly identical to the previous month, but that is the first time our month supply has increased here in 2023. So as minor as it is, that is something that we should note here as we head into the summer. Now the number on this graphic that changed the most is that year-over-year benchmark price change. We were up 0.6% year-over-year last month, and this month it jumped up to 3% year-over-year of a price increase. And this is due to a couple reasons. By this time last year, our prices were starting to decline from the peak that we had in April 2022, which makes the year-over-year price difference look larger than it might actually be. And the second reason is since our prices are still increasing, which we'll get into in a little bit here, that's going to naturally bring up that percentage as well. So as far as the pace and the feel of our market, we're really nearly identical to last month. But is that common to see at this time of year? Well, it's not too far-fetched, but we do usually see a slightly bigger drop-off in sales and new listings in June as compared to May, as compared to what we saw this year. And now this year, the spring market just seems to be holding out a little bit longer than usual. So now let's move on to our prices and what the market looks like for each style of home in our city. And we again had pretty big price increases across the entire board this month. So starting with those apartments, which saw an increase of 3.5% just in June, up to a benchmark price of $241,700 now moving into the summer months. Now this was the biggest increase that we saw out of any of the styles, and it's a huge increase for those apartments here in Airdrie. Next up we have our townhouses, which saw a 2.4% increase last month, bringing them up to a benchmark price of $335,600. And for those duplexes or semi-detached homes, they saw a 1.9% increase in the last month, giving them a benchmark price of $465,700 right now, which leaves us with our detached homes, which is the largest group of homes in Airdrie, and those detached home prices went up 1.7% in the last month, putting their benchmark price right now at $597,000. So those increases overall means that June was our biggest month so far this year for price increases, and year to date that puts Airdrie overall with a price increase of 7.5% since January. So is our market here slowing down? Well, for pricing, we definitely aren't seeing it yet, but the ever so slightly higher month's supply could mean that the increases slow up a bit here through the summer, which would be fairly normal from a seasonal market standpoint. So at this point, I could see our month's supply getting back above 1 by the end of the summer, with price increases each month of about 0.5% versus the 2 to 4% per month that we saw this month. But at this point, I don't think our prices will be coming down, but just the increases slowing down for the season before possibly picking back up again in the fall or into next spring. So what does this mean for you buyers and sellers out there? Well, for buyers, especially if you're new to the market, I'd say get in and find a home as soon as possible, because then you'll be able to enjoy the benefits of that increased equity over time. And for sellers, prices are at all-time highs right now, but I expect they'll slowly keep going up from here. So if you're moving and you want to sell to make your move to buy your next home, of course, go ahead, make the move, as you'll be able to utilize the equity inside your home right now for that next purchase. But if you're looking to just sell a property, maybe that's an investment property or something like that that you're not living in, and you're not going to be buying another property, I'd probably advise against that at this point, unless you really need to sell and you really need that equity out of that house. If you can continue to hold that property and it doesn't affect your living situation, then likely by next year or a few years down the road, you'll have built up even more equity in that property. Well, that about does it for this month's market update. I hope you learned something about our market today. If you have anything to add or if you have a question about our market, feel free to comment below or reach out to me anytime, and I'd be more than happy to have a conversation about our market. And again, my name is Brad Walker, local Airdrie Realtor with Real Broker, and we'll see you in the next video.